Oh, hi there. Welcome to another Walk and Talk with Matt Zion. Look at these lips. I did some ghost pepper pickles last night. They were really hot, and they're definitely still puffy from last night. But I wanted to talk about the situation going on with Andrade and WWE TKO and AEW. So they're all involved. So what happened was Andrade became the first wrestler who was in WWE to jump to AEW, then jump back to WWE, and then jump back to AEW, kind of going all over the place. So he was fired by WWE, which is owned by TKO, the same company that also owns UFC. And in the past, there was always a 90-day non-compete clause if you were let go or fired. And so that just means for 3 months, you couldn't appear, you couldn't do anything. Well, it appeared, at least from Andrade's side, that there was no non-compete, or at the very least, because of the way they fired him, there was no enforcement of the 90 days. So he appeared really fast, like within 1 week, he was on AEW TV. It's like 1 or 2 weeks. But he popped up, he attacked Kenny Omega. I mean, it was a pretty cool moment. It's just kind of historic that he's the first one to go back and forth twice. But they hit a snag. That was a person screaming. Ooh! Alright, well, I have no idea what that was. I waited a second. Didn't hear anything else. We'll see. But, so, it's just fun having Andrade jump back and forth. But it appears that the old 90-day non-compete is officially a 1-year non-compete. So this doesn't just go against WWE here. I'm going to rant about non-compete clauses across the board. They are really, really bad. Really, really bad. I had one when I worked for Verizon and they fired me and I couldn't go work for their competitors for a bit of time. And there's a difference between 3 months and a year, but I'm going to argue non-compete clauses, they just shouldn't exist. They shouldn't be a thing. I don't understand. Like, if you fire somebody from your company, that means you don't want them there anymore. And maybe you should have kept them if you wanted your information about your company kept secret. I mean, they do sign contracts that say they're not allowed to tell other companies anyway. But the idea here is that, for WWE's sake, Andrade now cannot work in any American company, pro wrestling company, for 1 year. So no AEW, MLW, any of them, TNA, any of them, he's not allowed to work for them. That is just so shitty, to take away someone's livelihood because your relationship with them didn't work out. You decide, well, I'm going to remove their ability to make money here in this country. Now, he can go work for AAA, I guess. Well, WWE owns AAA. He can go work in Mexico. He can go work, in Canada. He can go to Japan. He can do all that. But this just goes to like a broader point of these are just horrible. Like, what? Why do we have these? Why do these exist? Because I've seen people also argue, well, he shouldn't have signed the contract if he knew what he was getting into. He probably didn't. That's not really an excuse. But the argument that I make against that is all you're doing is empowering corporations. You're just giving them more power over people, over working class people, and just people in general. The Biden administration, say we will about them, but they were making moves to get rid of these, to get rid of non-compete clauses and make them null and void. And then Trump came in and basically made it so that the states decide, which means it really depends on where you are, what state you're living in, if they're going to enforce them or not. But I think these are just bad. That's really bad. And it's another reason why, man, I'm kind of over TKO. I will say WWE is still better as a show under Triple H and TKO. Vince was just, people forget how bad Vince McMahon's booking was. But I am real tired of how little they seem to care about their fan base. They don't care. They are about money through and through. And they don't care about their talent because they'll do some bullshit like this 1-year non-compete clause if they fire them. It's like, it's really just becoming so blatantly corporate versus at least pretending not to be, that it's getting obnoxious, and I think AEW is going to get my business going forward. So, I don't know. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you for non-compete clauses? Are you against them? And just give me your reasoning. Why do you think we should have them or why we should not? But thank you guys. Just wanted to get this up, talk about it. Hopefully I don't get eaten by a bear. Guy screamed so loud, it was so bloody. Alright, I'll see you on the next one.